Not sure about what is the best whiskey to invest in, or what is the most collectible whiskey in 2023? In today's video, you are in good company as whiskey investment is a hot topic following the economic meltdown caused by the COVID pandemic in 2020. Welcome to WhiskeyWise, all things about whiskey, and today we talk about investing in whiskey. The extraordinary growth of investment-grade whiskeys has caught the eye of many business fanatics. Whiskeys, along with the rum industry, are making their presence felt in the auction houses within the eyes of investors. Even though this industry at one time was crumbling due to the pandemic, it has clearly made its rebound and is all set to disrupt the investing game. As of 2021, the Knight Frank Whiskey Index reported a drop of 3.5% in 2020, with extremely rare single malt bottles catching the brunt of the loss in value. However, analysts predicted a rise of 19.88% compared to 2019's pre-COVID sales. This proves a great indication of the upcoming surge in whiskey expansion. Let us get to know some of the major whiskeys that would be the best pick for investment. These whiskey bottles have proved their might even during COVID and experienced a rebound well enough after the pandemic hit their major markets. Macallan Whiskey has been a pioneer in the world of direct investment opportunities. It is one of the most commercial-minded brands and has developed to uphold a vintage statement to itself. It is so limited that only 2 bottles exist. A single bottle of this extensively crafted and worked whiskey went for €323,000 at auction. Walking on the same path, we have Bowmore, which has tried to follow suit. They are releasing whiskeys that are limited in numbers. This whiskey is exceptionally popular, and Bowmore is king when it comes to exquisite luxury whiskeys from the area. The Bowmore 1957 54-year bottle is in a league of its own, with a limited run of just 12 bottles in total ever being created. With that level of exclusivity, it's one of the best whiskey bottles to invest in the year 2023, with an incredible auction sale price of €136,000. Another one that is worth knowing about is Dalmore. This 50-year-old retro-styled whiskey is beautifully crafted to be in the best of its appeal. It was distilled in 1926 and matured for 50 long years, making this indeed one of the most beautifully packaged in the business. Some other investments that would surely do wonders are Yamakasi, which is sweet, mature, and extremely rare. Cladded with gold embellishments, this bottle was sold for an impressive €110,000 at auction. Whiskey businesses hold legacies, as we always have said, and one of the best examples of this running legacy is Springbank, which is Scotland's oldest family-run distillery. This hand-blown Campbelltown Lombard bottle was sold at auction for €5,250. Talking about legacy, it would be a disgrace if I did not mention the 2000-run Japanese whiskey by the name of Hibiki, with a single bottle sold for €800 in auctions. These wonderful whiskeys and limited cases have proved their expertise in the auctions and are the best to be invested in the current scenario. There is a lot to be studied and to be known in this investment business. At first glance, it may look like the best whiskies are Scottish, but whiskey is produced all over the world, from Ireland to the United States to Japan and Korea. By now, you must have got yourself familiar with the most famous names in whiskey and its world, but there is so much more to be known about this. At first, it does seem that Scotland still reigns supreme when it comes to investment-grade whiskey, but there are certainly other countries that have claimed their positions in this space. Japanese whiskey has been doing phenomenal stats, and we see if we look closely that their whiskey output has increased tremendously. Topping the charts for the most expensively sold whiskey has been Japanese whiskey twice. First, the bottle of Carrot's Hour was sold for £336,000, and then this record was broken by the earlier mentioned Yamazaki. This depends on the buyers, as they can change the customers and the trends. The global consumers topping the charts are very usually Asian, European, and American markets. However, there are so many other parts of the world where people appreciate fine wines and corn spirits. These are people who enjoy a life full of taste and judgment. They could be those who have been collecting wine or maybe recruited in the malt market. The diversity within the area interests them, as also the investment-grade potential. This journey usually starts with single bottles, which are moved to collections like the Elite series of Macallan. This journey has taken the shape of a cask now. People go on to purchase entire casks. Change in trends takes place from many angles. Another trend has been noticed in recent times. Usually, when we think of premium whiskey customers, a rich, gray-haired man with a beard and tweed coat might come to our mind. But the recent stats have different information to share. The recent market share has devoutly occurred due to the under 40 customers, with a percentage reaching about 50% in some cases and brands. So, you can really see a migration to, away from this sort of traditional style of Scotch whiskey drinker towards a much more dynamic, youthful collector. Thus, in the present scenario, all these reasons for geographical expansion and younger customer acquisitions make this investment space very enticing and awardable. What makes this arena so interesting and exciting for investment is not just the limited quantity of bottles, but also the presentation and increasing potential in its appearance. The bottling of Bowmore Aston would be the perfect example of a beautifully crafted bottle with amazing and delicious delicacy inside. Till now, you must have gained a lot of interest as well as information regarding this booming space, but a major question arises. Where and how should you invest? Don't worry, all your answers are within this video. Keep on hooked, because now I will be telling you about how you can really invest in this flourishing space. The best place is to start from a distillery. Now, for those who live under a rock and are not aware of this world, a distillery is a place where these spirits are made. And by the distillery, we obviously mean the exclusive ones. Obviously, travel can be an issue, and if it is, then the best option is an auction. There was a time when you'd have to physically be in the room to participate in an auction. However, with the changing times, the face of auctions has also changed. The whiskey investment is increasing, and the internet has had its appeal on it as well. No matter where you are in the world and at what time, you can take part in an auction and invest in the bottle that fits well within your guts. Whiskey is on its way to outshining the investment market of other spirits like vodka and rum, and the main reason for it is the legacy that this colored spirit carries with it. Whiskey is brewed for years and decades, gaining the dark color which speaks for its richness. Today, we have gained an intriguing interest in the luxurious space of whiskey and its collection. The upcoming times have so much more scope in investing, not just in whiskey, but the other spirits as well, with rum just preceding it. What do you think the future holds in terms of online auction settings and legacy-clad Scottish breweries? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Before you pour another delicious glass, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers, and see you next time.